In this video, we're going to go over dog growth spurts and stages and what you can expect. This is Scott from Pet Lover Guy. So if you're a parent of a young dog, you may have noticed some growth spurt stages and changes in your pup as he or she grows. Wondering what to expect during these stages and how best to care for your growing dog can be daunting, but don't worry. This comprehensive guide is going to tell you everything you need to know about your puppy's growth and development. Keep on listening to learn more. So first off, do dogs have growth spurts? Yes, dogs go through growth spurts. They remain close to the same size when they're puppies, and once they reach adolescence, dogs will go through several growth spurts that occur rapidly. There are a few different growth spurts happening at the same time. Your dog's body will be growing. For small breeds, the change may not be immediately noticeable, but for bigger dogs, they'll grow more quickly. Another growth spurt that occurs is in their teeth. This is the stage in which their permanent teeth come in. They'll need access to plenty of chew toys to help with the discomfort of this stage. Finally, their coat will change. Puppies will shed their soft puppy fur and start to grow their adult coat instead. You may notice excess fur around the house during this stage. So, what are the growth stages of a puppy? There are a few stages you can expect your puppy to go through as they grow. The first is the newborn stage. This is when a puppy was just born, it's blind, doesn't have teeth, and is also deaf. It needs warmth because it can't generate its own heat enough to keep it alive. The neonatal period is next. This takes place between birth and 2 weeks. During this time, the puppy develops its sense of smell and touch. It can find its mother's breast to receive milk. Also, during this period, their birth weight will double. The transitional period takes place between weeks 2 and 4. This is when their eyes open and they start to grow a bit and become more independent. They'll be able to walk around and play. This is also when their puppy teeth start to develop. Weeks 4 to 12 are called the socialization period. This is when they start to recognize others and create bonds. This is also when they wean away from milk and start to eat solid food instead. The fear period takes place between weeks 8 and 12. This is when puppies grow a bit nervous and around new things and people. Careful socialization can help them overcome these fears. The puppy is also growing more. Some consider a puppy grown once they're 1 year old, but this isn't always the case. Sometimes the puppy stage can last even until they're about 2 years old. Next, is my puppy going through a growth spurt? There are a few factors that can indicate whether your puppy is going through a growth spurt or not. The first is chewing. If they're doing a lot of chewing, they're likely going through a growth spurt. Because puppies grow fast, they experience discomfort during this phase. Chewing is also a way to help them ease some of that discomfort. Another way to tell if your puppy is going through a growth spurt is that they're losing their hair. Puppies have to shed their puppy coat in order to grow their adult coat. And finally, if your puppy may be going through a growth spurt, you'll notice that they're growing larger faster than usual. Lastly, do dogs sleep during growth spurts? Dogs often sleep while going through growth spurts. That's because it takes a lot of energy to grow as quickly as they do. It's not uncommon to find puppies bursting with energy 1 second, only to be passed out and napping the next. Puppies sleep a lot when they're younger because their bodies are rapidly developing, and it's needed to help them see, hear, move around, and just kind of grow to be a full adult size. When do dogs grow the most? The first 6 months of their life is when dogs will grow the fastest. However, larger dogs will continue to grow for several more months. Most larger breeds, according to the American Kennel Club, will stop growing after 24 months or 2 years. Smaller breeds stop growing after 6 or 8 months. How big can you tell a puppy is going to get by its paws? One of the first parts to grow on a dog is its paws. As such, you can get a general idea of how large your dog is going to be based on its paws. This is true for purebreds more so than mixed breeds. Because purebreds have a general size, it's easier to tell by their paws how large they're going to end up being when they get to their final weight. Mixed breeds, on the other hand, are less certain. You never know which gene is going to code for their height and weight. What is the fear period in puppies? The fear period is a time in a puppy's life where they become frightened of other people, dogs, and objects. It's a time when they learn caution. Otherwise, they just run headlong into any danger. You may notice that your dog becomes shy around other pets, people, or even objects like the broom or a vacuum. A way to help your dog grow past their fear phase is to socialize them. Constant contact with other dogs and people in a safe environment can help your dog feel more comfortable and confident in the future. How do you know when a dog is going through puberty? According to Purina, a female dog exhibits a few signs of puberty. Their vulva will start to swell and appear red. You may see some discharge in the area too, and they'll also lick the area. Your female dog will likely need to urinate more often than during their heat cycle as well. Male dogs may show an interest in her, which can result in aggressive behavior from her as well. And she may also have some bloody discharge. For male dogs, their scrotum will drop. Another indicator that they're likely going through puberty is that they'll lift their leg to urinate. Not all dogs do this, though, and some may see a little bit more aggressive at this time. And that's it. If you want to learn more, go ahead and subscribe to our channel or visit us over at petloverguy.com.